thing under control. First quarter in a 3-0 game. What do you think of those unis? Everybody on the internet hates everything. I thought they looked clean to me. 3-0. What a beautiful, beautiful toss to A.J. Barner. Run it. Sets up the ability to find your tight end, A.J. Barner. It's 7-3. Oh, this is the story of the early going for Marvin Harrison Jr. Such a talent coming out of Ohio State. Bobbles it. Ernest Jones IV is able to intercept. In traffic, you see 4 different Seahawks there, and when Harrison cannot secure it, Seahawks have the ball. Cardinal defense, though, stiffened. They force a punt. So it's 7-3 Seattle. Backed up on the shadow of their own goal line. Darnold rolls, tosses. Play made. Alaya Arroyo, gain of 32. Very next play, Darnold. Clean pocket, clean middle of the field. Show them your wheels 1-4. Hit the deck. Big back-to-back chunk plays. Then it's Zach Charbonnet. Couldn't go against the Saints, but healthy enough with a little help from his friends. Into the end zone. Seattle with 14 straight points. It's a 14-3 lead. Under 4 to go in the third, it's 17-3. Kyler Murray. Harrison with a grab on the sidelines. Very next play, Cardinals try to get fancy, and that Seattle defense, they got players all over the field. They get a sack. Cardinals drive stalls. They get a field goal. 20-6 in the fourth. Murray needs to make a play, and there are the wheels. Gains a bunch down the sidelines, 29 yards, in fact. Later in the drive, put him in the slot, make a move, and what a toss, what a catch from Harrison. Again, the reports of his demise greatly exaggerated. Young man is so talented, and it's suddenly a 7-point game. Now 3rd and 6. What a toss, what a catch. It's Jackson Smith and Jigma, one of his 4 catches for 79 yards. Now, the attempt from 53, Jason Myers, and it's pushed wide, and it's one of those games you're watching, and suddenly you realize Arizona's a score away from tying this thing. 4th and 4, pressured. This is an incredible catch. Michael Wilson just kind of puts the hand up, bobbles it, and secures it. The drive continues. Now 3rd and 9. Greg Dortch with some room, on the move. First down. Later in the drive, it's another 3rd down. And it's another Harrison catch. 6 for 66 in this one. 2nd and goal. It's an interesting situation where you've got timeouts and time to manage. Timeout was actually called by Seattle prior to this play, and that's Emari DeMercado. And the Cardinals have tied this game up. This new dynamic kickoff's been really fascinating because there have been way more kickoffs, but it has to land past the 20. That lands just short of it, which means the drive starts from their 40. And from there, this connection again. JSN from Sam, gain of 22. They initially said he was inbounds, said he was out of bounds, which allowed Seattle to save its timeout. They were able to run the ball, move it forward. This Myers kick, this time from 52, is good. And so the Cardinals come all the way back to tie, but it's Seattle who leaves this game at 3-1, and they are now 9-1 on the road since Mike Macdonald took over as the head coach, including 8 consecutive road dubs, the longest active streak in the NFL. 5th head coach in NFL history to win 9 of his first 10 on the road, and there's some pretty handsome company there in terms of all-time greats. As we look at the final score and we say hi to Damien Woody. Damien, we're watching this game. Everybody at home is watching this game. Yeah. When it's 20-20, that score bears no reflection on the game we've been watching. And we're watching Kyler, and it's 20-6, and man, the body language is a mess. And this game turned so drastically, didn't it?
Scotty, we were in the room, and we were like, they are dead.
Done.
Done, over with. And then all of a sudden, Marvin Harrison Jr. woke up. Mm-hmm. Guys started making plays in the passing game. And when they scored that one touchdown, I'm like, uh-oh.
Well, suddenly you're a stop away.
You're a stop away.
Or a missed field goal away. And Seattle was fairly conservative setting up a field goal. And look, the way guys are automatic from 50-some-odd yards, you get it. But when Myers misses, it opens the door, they tie the game. All of this is fine and good because Seattle wins this game. And in the National Football League, we're going to hear Coach McDonald. I bet he's going to say we got some stuff to clean up. But do you care at all in this league when you walk out of the road with a win?
No, because I'd rather clean up after win than after loss. You got a on-the-road divisional opponent. Sometimes it's going to be ugly like that. But at the end of the day, they won the game. They made just enough plays to come out and win this ball game.
All credit to the Cardinals for giving themselves a chance to get a stop and get a win. All credit to Seattle for driving after that short kick. And again, I think the dynamic kickoff thing's actually been...
It's been great.
The early returns have been fantastic because we've gotten what the league wanted, which is they made it a play again where people are returning kicks. But if you land it short, you start at the 40, you're, as we saw, one completion away from being in scoring position.
Absolutely. With the way these kickers are making kicks from, like you said, 50-plus, 60-yard kicks these days, that was a huge error by the Arizona special teams.
And Ryland's kick, as you see, it's quite literally less than a yard shy, and that equals a 40-yard chunk for Seattle. This defense for the Seahawks, we saw them a week ago against the Saints team that we understand is fairly limited.
Yeah.
But they make plays in this game, gave up some points late, but what do you like about McDonald's defense?
Well, his background, he's come from the Ravens, so you're looking at a version of the Baltimore Ravens, defense. Not the version this year, but when they've been good. They have players all over the board on all three levels. So they're a very talented ball club, and they're very well coached. And so this Seattle team, particularly their defense, they're going to give a lot of teams problems.
Yeah, I think that you look around the National Football League, and I think top to bottom, the West, it's one of those. There's no bums in this division, which is why you've told us this for years. We've been doing this. What did Coach Belichick say about divisional wins? Kind of worth 1.5.
1.5, yeah.
Well, and on the road, maybe worth even more than that. And so Seattle will go home. They take on a Tampa Bay team. They play Philly this week in a game you and I will discuss later. But very early on, 4 games into a 17-game season, would you say that Seattle is a team that you believe will be talking about potentially being a playoff team come the wintertime?
Absolutely, absolutely. We've seen Sam Darnold play really good football coming over from the Minnesota Vikings. And defensively, they've been outstanding. And look, Scotty, when you talk about a coach that has won 9 wins on the road in
8 straight.
8 straight. That is phenomenal as a coach.
Right, yeah, and this is, road wins tough to come by, particularly in the division, because one of the teams who's going to leave this night at 3-1, and it looked for all the world like it was going to be Seattle for much of the night. But as you explained to me time and time again, there's no pictures on the scorecard. A W is a W in this league, correct?
Correct.
All right. Jackson Smith-Njigba is going to join us right now, and I can say welcome back to the show. Hey, it's Scott Van Pelt. You and I visited up in your place with the 12s when you went to the end zone late against Philly a couple years ago. Thanks for taking a moment. Damien Woody and I were just discussing your victory. You guys are rolling, and then all of a sudden we look up and we're like, how the hell is this a tie football game? What's the mentality on your guys' bench when you realize after that short kickoff, we probably need one play, which you made, to make a field goal and get out of here with a dub? What's the conversation on your sideline?
To be honest, I had no doubt in my mind that we were going to go down there and score, honestly. And I think coaches do a great job throughout the week and throughout, all of training camp putting us in those situations to succeed. And it felt just like practice. And, like I said, I had no doubt in my mind.
We showed the highlight, Jackson, and the connection between you and Sam on a number of different occasions. It looks like it's been there for a long, long time. What has allowed you guys to get so on the same page seemingly so quickly?
A lot of work, a lot of hard work, a lot of reps, that people, people didn't see. So, it's awesome to go out here, each Sunday, Thursday night and put it on display.
How would you best describe what your defense is capable of? Damien and I, again, just discussing literally all 3 levels. You got thumpers, you got guys that fly to the football, you got guys that make plays. You're nodding your head pretty enthusiastically. What kind of depth of talent is there on that side of the ball?
Man, depth, you know, there's some warriors out there. You know, I would hate to go up against them, to be honest. And you know, they prepared the offense, you know, to make plays, but the defense, like you said, we got names on names, and they come out every week and prove it. And you know, I would say they're the best in the world.
All right, let me pivot to something totally unrelated to tonight, because I know how much it's difficult to get back on the field on the Thursday, but the good news is it means you get the extended bye, so to speak. I'm curious about how you handle this weekend, because you have a squad coming into your part of the world, and you got to represent the squad from the 614. Like, how do you handle being a Buckeye in the state of Washington when everybody's pulling for the Huskies? I see how fired up you are.
Yeah, the Buckeyes are in town, and you know, that's my team. And you know, the people in Washington, they gonna understand. You know, they know that I love them and you know, play for them. So, but maybe not the Huskies, maybe not on Saturday, but I will be there cheering my guys on. BIA, Zone 6, man, I can't wait to see those guys ball out.
Well, I always joke about throw the ball to 4. Like, we'll wait for him to get to the league. But listen, another Buckeye made some plays tonight for Arizona. You did your thing. I appreciate you taking a minute after the victory. Enjoy Saturday up in Seattle. That should be quite a scene, man. And be well until I chat with you again, all right?
Thank you, Scott. Great to hear from you.
Always, always. Jackson Smith in Jigba, and Seattle gets the win. I think you're on an island this weekend in that state with Washington coming in. All right.